Hi, my name is Risha.
And my name is Shaquita.
And welcome to Searching for Freedom. So, happy Friday, you guys. So, today on Searching for Freedom, we're going to dive right in and we're just going to be talking about what does it look like? What do you do when everybody's down? So, we know that we've heard in this walk over and over that iron sharpens iron. That you do need people to help protect your blind side, that community, and we talk about it so much on this channel, how important community and godly community is in this walk. But what happens if the person who is there, or the people who are there to help protect your blind side, if you're both down, if you both are in a space where you both feel that you don't even have the words for yourself, let alone to be able to help assist someone else? So what does that look like?
It can look a lot of ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're not leaning in, like, using that time to lean into God, like, so many emotions can come. And if you don't, know the other person's heart, if you don't know the other person's heart, you could
create offense.
Offense could creep in. Satan could come in and start rooting things in your mind. Like, I'm just gonna isolate myself. Like, I'm going through this. Mm-hmm. Nobody understands me. Nobody would know if I just left, or I can get through this by myself. And it all becomes a me thing, because you're not even realizing that the person
is dealing with their
own thing. So it's not intentionally like, hey, I'm leaving, like, I'm not watching your blind side. I'm going through my thing too. Mm-hmm. And then it can also look like worry, right? Because if you do know that person's heart, you're like, well, it's like, I hope they know my heart, because I don't know what they're going through, but right now I just can't come to your rescue right now.
Can't be that support that you may need,
Mm-hmm.
So that it can be really difficult, and it's like, geez, what happens when it's like, okay, you've shown up, because everybody can't show up the same way every time. Like, it's just not possible. So in different seasons where you were able to be that friend or speak life into them in that situation, protect their blind side, and you're going through something right now where you just don't even have the words to be able to even respond. Like, not let alone like, okay, I can't pray for you, but like, just you're so in a situation where it's like, I can't even respond right now. Like, you both are fighting through things, and it's just like, what does that even look like? Because it is so important to have that community. It is so important to have people who will help pick you up when you can't pray for yourself. But that's when our relationship with God, like you were talking about, is so important, because just leaning into Him, just talking into Him, praying for yourself, and even if you're not able to say much, just simple things like, God, help her. Mm-hmm. God, give her peace. Like, that's also protecting their blind sides, but also having that foundation, like you're saying, knowing the people that you're in community with, knowing their hearts, so that you're not getting offended. Or if you find yourself getting offended, even if you know their hearts, because we know that can still happen. Mm-hmm. Satan is still real.
Yeah.
But just asking God to show you the way that He sees it. Show you His perspective, or ask Him to allow you to see them and what they're needing in this time. Mm-hmm. Because like you said, it's not all about you. It's not all about what you're going through. And although in our worlds we're the main character, mm-hmm. most of the time it's like, okay, this is a lot going on. Maybe you were there for your friend last time they needed it, or they just haven't shown up. Like, of course, if that's something that is an ongoing problem, you need to have that conversation. Like, right. It needs to be something that's addressed and talked about, so that it doesn't take root in your friendship. But being able to realize that it's like, listen, my godly community, whoever they are, they're not going to intentionally just be like, okay, she's going through something, I'm just not going to be there for her. Like, otherwise you wouldn't want them to be your godly community. There's a reason that you have those people in close proximity to you. So sometimes you're not able to have someone right there protecting your blind side, but you have to be intentional about putting up safeguards for yourself, mm-hmm. as well. Mm-hmm. Making sure that you're intentional so that you're not falling into things that you know you shouldn't be, and also not allowing yourself to choose that as a escape route.
Justification,
right? Like, oh, well, you know what? usually my support is here to help me get this out. They're not there. You know, I'm not strong enough to do this. I might as well just go ahead and do it. Because I'm like, no. You have to take root. You have to allow God to really mend those places. And even when it's hard, not allow the enemy to lie and you start to believe it. Like thinking that, oh, if I don't have that community, then I'm just going to do whatever because like you have to be rooted in yourself and strong enough in your walk to want it for yourself. It can't be for anybody else or for only when people are watching.
And then I think it's important to know that community, they're not your God. Like, they are not your God. Like, yes, we go through things, and it's good to have those people to talk to and reach out to and say, hey, this is what I'm going through. Please help me. Like, can I come sit on your couch and just cry my heart out? Like, what happens if they don't answer? Right? Do you just, you know, are you the one like, okay, let me just go down the list in my phone. Yeah, so important. Number one, know that they're not your God. Know that they cannot be everything and all things for you when you may need them. They may not show up for you in the moment. You may not be able to show up for them, and that's okay. Like, we just had it 2 days ago where I'm going through my own thing. Like, I just had like 3 deaths between the months of August, September, and then just got some more bad news about another relative. So just a lot. I just felt like I don't like to do a lot of crying. I mean, I'm sensitive, but like to just be crying over everything, that's not me. So I feel like I've been in a season of just like grief, like this whole month, and it's like, Lord. So something else happened. I reached out and I was like, you know, like, today is a rough day, yada 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 yada, and she didn't respond back, but because God had been working on my heart, and I know my friend heart, like, I didn't even know she didn't respond. Like, I didn't even know she didn't respond. That was me just venting, like, I just needed to get it out. And so I went to corporate prayer. Shout out Wednesdays, 7 o'clock from 7 to 8. Come on out to Victory Norcross. Anywho, quick plug. I went to be comforted, like, by God, you know, through worship and all of that. And I come to my car, and there's a note on it, y'all. There's a note. Now, initially I was like, who's watching me?
You're watching me.
What is going on? I was only in corporate prayer an hour. Who's leaving notes?
Is this him, God? Is this how it's going to start?
I don't know. It was weird. But I lifted up the little windshield wiper, and I saw it was a note, y'all. And it said, I love you. And I was like, that was enough to break down any walls. Like, it was just the cherry on top. Like, I was already leaning into God who was giving me peace, even though, you know, the tears were flowing. But I was okay, and just to get that note from my friend, even though she didn't have the words. And I didn't know that she was going through her own thing. And just to get that note, so of course, because I love my friend, I did the same thing.
You left me a note too.
I left her a note too.
And it is crazy because, like, this 2 days ago, like, whew, that was a day. Like, it was so overwhelming and so stressful, and just so much had happened. And like, I got the message from her, and it's just like, I didn't have the energy, I didn't have the words, I didn't have anything to even respond, to even like the message, to do anything. And it's just like, I happened to be parking, and I just happened to park behind her car, and I was like, that's Lisa. All I can do.
That's my car's name. Lisa's
that's her
car.
But at this point, you guys are friends and family, so I figure you know.
They're gonna be like, who's Lisa?
Right. Just adding people to the conversation. But either way, it was just like, that's all I can do, because I couldn't call. I didn't have words. I couldn't even fathom a conversation at that time. So it's like, I need her to know that I care. Like, I need her to know, like, it's not intentional. I'm not just trying, like, because I know you're going through a lot right now, but I can't at this moment. And all I could do literally was just those 3 words, just I love you, and then my initials. Like, that's all I could do. And I was just expecting for her to be like, oh, I got your note. Like, throughout the whole meeting, I'm like, okay, maybe she didn't get it because, you know, my friend, she can't see at night. So I'm like, Lord, she gonna start driving and the napkin gonna fly away. She's never gonna know that I love her. So I'm just like, and I get back to my car, and my friend left me a note too, and I was just like, I should have known. I should have known this was what was happening. But it's just like, even in moments like that, it's just like, we can't be each other's everything. Like, your people, the people that you surround yourself with, they can't do everything. They can't always be there for you to comfort you or anything like that, and they're not supposed to be. God's supposed to be the one that's there to comfort you, to give you that peace, to love you back to life. But sometimes we want someone who is in front of us to be able to do that, and it's like, okay, you know my heart, but I want you to also be here and help in the situation, or to at least be an ear. But sometimes people can't even be an ear for you. Like, they can't. A lot of things happen.
Because they're doing their own thing.
Right.
They're going through their own thing. And so for you to, you know, so that's why it's good. Don't take offense. Don't take it personal. That would be my thing.
Take it personal.
Baby. Okay.
I'm sorry. I know I should have started that. But yeah, like, even protecting someone's blind side, or just being there for them, helping sharpen iron. Sometimes it can be as simple as something like that, where it's like, I can't. I'm sorry, but I love you. Like, or just letting them know somehow, you know, in small gestures. And sometimes you may not even be able to do that, but it's like making sure that you're intentional about your relationship with God, so that when it is time for you guys to have those conversations, like, you can do it with clear vision, with an open heart, so that you're not coming from a place of offense and you're already like, this is done.
Right. So when that person do reach out to you, it's like, oh no, it's good.
Right. Oh, I'm good now.
Yeah.
It's like, because you never know what's going on. And so that yesterday, it's like, a lot of the times, like, you guys have seen that we've gone through quite a bit in front of you guys and explained that and been transparent. But it's like, it's still times where we are able to talk and communicate and pray for each other. And with this one, it was a little different, because it's like, with this one, it was different. It's like, listen, like, I can't even communicate with you. Like, in the past, there may be times where we were going through things that we didn't necessarily talk about the issue that was happening, but we could still communicate. Like, we could still call each other up on the phone, and we knew something was wrong, but we just weren't ready to talk about whatever it was. But in this moment, it's just like, there's no conversation, there's no communication, we can't.
I can't right now.
I can't. Like, it's just too much. I don't have the words for you. Like, I don't have the words for anyone. And we realized that we were both debating this whole thing of, I just want to disappear. Like, I don't want to communicate with nobody. I just want to keep my head down and just get through this. And with that intentionality, it's nobody but God that the only spot that I saw, the closest spot to the door, happened to be right behind your car. And I'm just like, because I was already running late, and I'm just like, I just gotta let her know.
And then the thing about it was, I was gonna leave because my son was like, he had a headache. But then we get outside and he's jumping around like, you don't have a headache. You just trying to, no.
It's always like that.
And then God was like, stay and wait till the end. But I thought he was like, stay and, you know, get prayed over. Then when I thought about it, he was like, no, stay and wait till the end. Like, so, and I stayed. I was obedient. He had something for me. But yeah, I was definitely gonna, like, we was there for like at corporate prayer for like 15 minutes.
And so you was gonna be gone by like 7:20. Yeah. We would have missed each other.
Yeah, but God told me to stay.
So well, I mean, yeah, and it's crazy. And we didn't even see each other. We didn't see each other that day, and we still didn't text or call each other after that, because we still didn't have those words or anything. We didn't even communicate until the next night. Like, the whole next day, it went like, it wasn't. We couldn't.
Because remember, you texted me, And he was like, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. Like, I was like, I'm so sorry I didn't reply. Like, I couldn't. It was so much that was going on. I just couldn't. This is the only way that I could try to express something to you, to let you know that, like, God loves you. He sees you. I care for you. Like, you're important to me. I had nothing in me to give.
And that note just did it for me. So I was like, what? You didn't respond back? I didn't know. And I thought my note was the response back. So I thought that was communication. But it was okay, girl. You didn't have to worry. I'm sorry.
And she's like, you. I was like, girl, I was over there stressing because I'm like, my friend, she going through stuff right now. She don't like crying like that, but she said she been crying so much.
No, I was like,
I was worried about my friend heart. I was like, Lord, what she going through right now?
and then when you told me what you were going through, I was like, Lord, that's why you can't be so focused on yourself. And that's why you have to have your heart right with God. You have to not allow your emotions to, like, not be led by your emotions. Because had I taken offense, you know, and you text me the next day and was like, I couldn't respond because I was going through something, I'd have felt bad. Like, I'm over here offended and my friend going through something. So it's like, don't be selfish. If you got the strength, you reach out to that person. If you feeling offended, or this person, I reached out to them and they didn't respond back, hey, reach out to them and see if they're okay. Yeah, so
yeah, you guys, we just wanted to talk about that, about what do you do, or what does it look like when the people that you rely on, the people that help sharpen you, the people who are always there to protect your blind side, can't be there when nobody's around because everybody's going through life. So it's like, what does that look like for you? What precautions are you taking? What intentional steps do you have in place to make sure that you're still staying on track, that you're not taking offense to the people that you know have your best interests at heart?
Sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that notification bell so you won't miss another one of our videos. Thanks for watching.